This will be a basic introduction to spreadsheets. Some of the topics we will consider will include cell referencing, formulae, functions, absolute and relative cell referencing, and named ranges. A spreadsheet is a piece of software which is essentially a large table with lettered columns and numbered rows. Each of these is a rectangle known as a cell. Each cell has an address. This one is C1. You can see it up here. This one is B2. That's its address. The addresses can be used in calculations. This is a sheet, a spreadsheet, but it's part of a workbook. Workbook can contain many sheets. The sheets can be named down here. Hello. And new sheets can be added to it. Hello again. I'll come back to example. We can use the cell reference for calculations using formulae and functions. Let's give this a label. We'll find the total of our marks. We'll use sum for this. I can select sum, highlight the data, and press enter. The function is equals sum, then the range. In the lower right hand corner, as I hover over it, I get a crosshair. My cursor turns to crosshair. If I hold down the left mouse button and drag down, all the way down, I copy down that formula. And therefore it will total up all of these numbers. This is called autofill. Autofill will take the cell reference F3 through I3 and it will increment it as it drags it down. F4, F5, and so on. This is called relative cell referencing. Relative cell reference uses the cell reference relative to the initial position. Let's look at another function. I want to find out the average. I can come up here and look at my common functions, and here is average. Once again, I highlight the range, so I have equals average, round bracket, then the range, and I press enter. I also fill this down. Lower right hand corner, crosshair, hold the left mouse button down and drag. I may wish to format this for percent, but in order to do that I have to multiply it by 0.01 or the number will come out wrong. I can do this using cell address equals, then I click in the cell to get the cell address, times 0.01, and then I get 83%. I also fill this down and have my percentage. I may wish to delete this one as this data may be redundant, but if I do I'll have a problem because these cells are dependent upon this. Undo. The way I'll get around this is I will select this data, highlight it, copy it. I can use this button here, copy, or Control C for the shortcut. Then I'm going to paste the data here. I'm going to use right mouse click, and my paste options include the values only. And I'm going to include the values only. Now that I have the values only, you'll see the values up here in the formula bar, and they no longer have a formula tying them into other cells. I can now delete this and just drag these by the edge over and format them for percentage. Now I have my percents.